Hi Dreamer, welcome back to another video. I'm Brittany and today I am bringing you along to some of Orlando's best free attractions, farmers markets. So I'm going to be taking you along to 3 different farmers markets, one on Saturday and the 2 are on Sunday. And really, I think farmers markets are some of the best things to do if you're traveling to a place and you want a cheap or like pretty well free activity. The ones here in Orlando all have free weekly entertainment. They're pet friendly, they're family friendly. And this first one that we're starting off with, I think is probably the most family friendly of all of them. Today we're at the Winter Garden Farmers Market. It's downtown Winter Garden and it's consistently voted the #1 farmers market in the state of Florida and Orlando. It's really very pretty down here. If you've ever been to Winter Garden, I always recommend that people go. It's not very far from Disney World. You're roughly 20-30 minutes from the park, so totally doable if you're here visiting on vacation and you want something like free and family friendly to do. You're going to be able to get amazing Orlando souvenirs from local small business vendors at all of these farmers markets. And I'm going to be kind of taking you through each of them. A little bit more about Winter Garden's farmers markets. They are every Saturday throughout the year. That's one of the best things about farmers markets here in Orlando, is that we can have them year round. And you're going to be finding lots of things besides produce here. Lots of small business, arts and crafts, a lot of local products from small businesses. So really amazing things to like pick up and try if you're into that sort of thing. One of the other amazing things about the Winter Garden Farmers Market is that it is right next to Plant Street Market, which is a indoor-outdoor market with small food vendors where you can pick up some lunch while you're here. I really recommend the empanadas or the pizza there, but you can find sushi and seafood and mac and cheese and really almost anything that your heart desires. So something to please everyone over there. All right, so we're gonna go see what we find here today. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe. Let's get going. We come over to Plant Street Market that I mentioned earlier to have a little sit. There's plenty of tables over here and we grabbed a smoothie from inside. I won't tell you where because it wasn't very good. Actually, the smoothie's fine, but the service that I received in there was very, very poor. I want to tell you a little bit more about the farmers market though before we wrap up our visit today. It is probably one of the busiest farmers markets. It's spread out not as much as several of the other ones that we're going to, and it gets a lot of visitors. On average, 3,500 visitors per weekend. Whenever I originally like read that, I was like, that has to be like total for like the year, right? But no. And I believe it after being over there. There's a ton of people. There's a ton of dogs. I definitely don't recommend bringing a dog to this that doesn't like other dogs, because you're going to be in tight quarters with other dogs a lot.
And there's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, there's a lot of dogs over there. So that's really cool if you love to like watch all the dogs, which we do. Parking is free here. It's one of the biggest attractions, is that there's plenty of free parking here in Winter Garden. And once you get bored with the farmers market, then you can stroll the main drag there and shop in all the cute little shops. And there's probably enough to do here that you could easily spend most of the day, especially if you plan to have like lunch.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so there's plenty to do here. This one has a lot of food. One of the ones that we'll visit tomorrow will have like more arts and crafts than this one does, but you'll see a little bit of everything. There's a couple honey vendors, the knife sharpening man who's, I don't know, almost like semi-famous here in Orlando. Like you can bring your knives and he'll sharpen them while you're at the farmer's market. I think that's such a great service. So there's a little bit of like a mixture with everything. This has been going on since 2008. So not a super long running farmer's market, especially compared to the other two, but probably the best, or at least in the top 3. So definitely think that you should visit if you're here in Orlando, if you haven't checked it out and you're local. Thanks for being here, and I will check in with you at the next one. It's a beautiful day at stop number 2, and that is downtown Celebration. Celebration is a community built by Disney not very far from the parks. So it's the most convenient farmers market if you're here and visiting the theme parks. It is the smallest of the 3 top farmers markets, so keep that in mind, but you will find a lot of local art vendors here usually. It's also a just beautiful, idyllic little town. It's wonderful to like walk around the lake. You can rent bicycles and see all the beautiful houses that are in this community. This farmer's market is 10 to 2 on Sundays, so not too long. It shouldn't really impact your day if you want to stop by on a Sunday morning. Plenty of places to eat nearby here in Celebration also. We better find out what it's like and head on in. Much less busy farmers market. I mean, really just 1,000,000 to 1, much less busy and much more of a calm environment. If you want a more serene farmers market experience, only one grocery vendor at like this one. The rest is like art. But I mentioned earlier that you could like go and rent a bike. We walked around the lake here and came to the bicycle rental behind me. It's $20 for 2 hours. It is like self-serve. Love business ideas like that. So really nice, but just like walking around the lake here, which is maybe about like a half mile to like a quarter mile like loop, you're gonna like even see some like wildlife there, and it's not gonna be too crowded. Really a wonderful like Sunday morning activity. All right, we are here at our last and final farmers market stop, and it is Lake Eola in downtown Orlando. Also the one that's closest to me and I'm most familiar with. This one has several pros and cons to it. Number one, you probably are not going to find free parking down here. The city of Orlando totes it, but you're going to have to park 3 or 4 blocks away, which is something that we usually do. Otherwise, you're going to pay around $10 to park in a lot. Most of the lots around here, at least for today, have people like sitting in them and are controlled. We are also at one of the oldest farmers markets around Orlando, starting in 1987. It's moved locations twice since then due to expansion, and now it's been here for quite a while, and it seems to be here to stay for a while also. Everyone loves it down here. Plenty of room for food trucks and vendors, and expansion goes pretty well halfway around the lake, and you can definitely walk the rest of the lake while you're here visiting. This one has a good mix of local produce and also small business shops and art. This one also is just as pet friendly as the Winter Garden one. You'll see lots of little doggies running around and hanging out in the grass. I love to see it. Really a great time to bring your whole family out. There's a lot to explore with this one though, so we better head on in. After wandering through the market for a little bit, you might need to sit and take a little break. And there's lots of benches around that you could sit in, and there's also tables to like eat at. But if you want something a little different, then you can take a swan boat ride. Very affordable, like $15 for 30 minutes. On a day like today, it's going to be pretty warm out there, but you can do it year round and you don't have to make a reservation. So something fun to do if you're here at the market and you want something a little bit different. Wanted to come on here and wrap up this video of the farmers markets. All the farmers markets are great, but you can't visit all of them. If you get a chance though, I definitely recommend those top 3. Let me know if you've had a chance to visit any of the Orlando farmers markets. I will be back shortly with another video. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye, dreamer.